What's up, YouTube? So I am coming to you from the Fair and Forge Knife Workshop office, and this is my desk in general disarray, as usual. And I'm retarded. No, that's not what I was going to tell you. You probably already figured that. No, I wanted to talk about that. I think that guy, I think his name is Jeff, that asshole, Tough Thumbs. Wanted to say thank you for the shout out. It's been nuts. So all of you new subscribers that came from Jeff, welcome. Thanks for showing up. Hopefully I can keep you entertained. This is not going to be a super entertaining video because it's just staring at my desk and listening to me ramble on incoherently. But I kind of wanted to give you a glimpse of what design work looks like for me, because I do take full custom orders. So up until the mid-tech, I didn't have any set models whatsoever. I had knives that I'd done more than one of, because someone saw it and they're like, ooh, I need one, and then I would make another one for them. Always mildly different, sometimes a lot different than the original. But until the mid-tech. Let's just get it out. It's in my pocket. See, I don't know. I carry it. So up until creating this guy, I'd never done a model. So, and I've never really explained how the process goes because I've never usually have the camera inside looking at my desk or anything like that. I'm usually outside in the shop. But now that I have a new shop, the office is connected to the shop. So, what usually happens is people contact me and they say, hey, Elliot, I like what you do. I want a knife. And then we start talking about what kind of knife they want. And so it always starts out as a paper sketch. And we'll just cover up this guy's name. And so sometimes they're real crazy, like that. If you're a video game fan, you can kind of guess what video game that idea came from. And the bottom one, that's going to get made. I'm going to do that. It's going to be challenging. And that's not going to be an EDC. Definitely not. That's probably going to be one that you're going to want to put somewhere and look at it. It's going to be completely functional. It's going to be M390. It's going to be bearing assisted. It's going to have all the shit that I usually put in a knife. Hoback rolling detent, steel, lock bar insert, the whole shebang. But it's going to be carved tie, weird funky blade shape. There's going to be anodization, Cerakote on there. It's going to be a very intense knife. Also, it's not a very cheap knife. But that's kind of how design work starts. So bring another one over here. So this is usually what ends up happening, right? Someone says, I want something that's like 4 inches, flipper. And sometimes they'll specify different thicknesses, maybe a material that they think they want. And then if they have no idea about what blade shape, and they kind of give me a rough idea, well, I like Warnies and I like Tontos. So I'll do just an idea sheet, right? I just throw some ideas. I just throw it down. And sometimes they stick. So the top one on this is going to get made, which is cool. I love it when it's, right off the bat, someone goes, ooh, that one, yeah. And so that's actually going to be a pretty crazy knife. I'm trying to get a hold of some 200 thou thick SM100. For those of you who don't speak engineer, that's 0.2 inches thick. And that's not going to be a cheap knife either. But I'm waiting to hear from Summit and see if they'll get back to me. I mean, so that's how it works, right? And there's just tons and tons and tons. And when you see one that's cut out, that means it's getting made right now on my desk. And sometimes, right, it's not about flippers and folders. Sometimes, someone asked me to do a CX. Nice little fixed blade. It's definitely classic. That would be ancient blade shape. And this is how design work goes around here. So I just I draw things out. And sometimes when we can't decide on things, I'll just say, well, we don't have to decide. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm thinking, and that way we can communicate not just with words, but with actual something to look at and base our discussion off of. So, it's all the same knife, just with different blade styles. So that's how design work usually goes. Sometimes it goes really smooth, right? And like the one I just showed you, where I drew it up, guy said, "Ooh, that, need it." And other times it's 4 drawings, 5, 6, 7. I've had it where we go, 20 sketches deep to get to where we need to go. And you know what? There's not a problem with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because you know what? It takes me maybe 10 minutes to do sketches on paper. Paper's pretty cheap. Pens are pretty cheap. Yeah. Getting that made in steel and titanium, and then having someone go, "Yeah, no, I don't, that's not what I was thinking." That gets expensive and time consuming. So paper is fine with me. I will redraw knives until the cows come home. Remaking knives, a little bit more involved. So that's the design process. And well, since it's still here, hasn't gone out to Russia yet. So that's how this guy started too. Someone said to me, the guy who's getting this, he said, "I really dig the look of Predator weapons and armor. What do you got?" And so I came up with this design. And it was a nice, easy one, right? Where he said, "Ooh, yeah, let's do it." But it had I gave him a series of designs. And that's the one we ended up going with. And here it is, in real life. Turned out pretty good. I like it. And then, yeah, it's sitting here on my desk. It's always sitting here. I'll tell you about it. So not every knife is something that gets designed, and not every knife comes out really, really fantastic. So one of the things that I will do when I have some free time is I will take whatever scrap is laying around. There's always scrap titanium and scrap steel and scrap G10 sitting around in my shop. And I will just sort of freestyle it into a knife. And usually I use those kind of freestyled knives to test out different things, test out different ways of doing things mechanically. And sometimes they work out cool. And if they are cool, then I'll put them up for sale. But sometimes they turn out to be pieces of shit. Like this is a piece of shit. Not from afar. It looks alright from afar. But when you get up close and start looking at like the really terrible milling, and you see that it had a regular detent once and has been retrofitted with another detent, and you see that that new detent hits some of the jimping and carving, and it kind of has this weird ratcheting effect, so it's not so smooth. Yeah, then that's no dice. Opens fine, closes stiff. Yeah, still kind of cool. But the blade is way off center in this. In fact, it rubs on the G10. No, I know exactly what's wrong with it. I could go fix it if I wanted to, but it has a bearing pocket on the titanium side. It's about maybe 1/1000th, maybe 2/1000ths of an inch shallow. It needs to be a little bit deeper, and that would rectify that situation pretty quickly. But right, I use this also to experiment with trying to do a steel lock bar insert as quickly as possible, see how fast I can do that. And so it becomes a crap knife that, don't even ask me about it. You can't have it. It's not going to happen. This is not going out in the world. Sorry. But yeah. So and whenever there's stuff around the shop needs to be cut and I don't want to use my a knife that I actually like, there's my guy right there. But what blade steel I put in this thing? Did I write on it? I did. And that's one of the reasons why I write blade steels on knives, because I forget. Yeah, so there's Elmax. So it cuts things. But yeah, they don't always all come out perfect. Sometimes I gotta explore shit. So now that we're getting close to 10 minutes, what else did I want to tell you about? again, thank you, all you new subscribers. Welcome. It's nice to have you. I would say that I don't think it's gonna be a problem. You guys, most people are pretty cool on YouTube, but try and keep the comments civil, especially amongst each other. I mean, I don't really care if you say bad shit to me. I don't really care. But to each other, treat each other well. I don't think there's not many of you are rowdy. But yeah, that's design process right there for custom knives. And I mean, my sketch stuff is all pretty rough. It's not very refined. I know other makers, and they like sit there for hours and hours and like detailed sketch out every part of the knife that they're gonna make, and that's cool, I guess. But yeah, I prefer to go with just like some rough idea of what we're gonna do, and then let it happen in the material itself, instead of detail all the little nooks and crannies of any carve out and stuff like that. But that's how it goes around here, and it's getting pretty crazy. Yeah, I have some other knives that I'm going to show you if I complete them tonight. So it's about 6 o'clock my time, and that means I'm about to, as soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna hop in the shop and get working on some stuff, and I might show it to you. It's pretty cool. Got Damascus silver lightning strike carbon fiber. Very nice. And I think I need to grind the blade first though. But yep, that's about it for now. Hopefully this video looks a little better than the past two, because they look kind of shitty. I've had funky settings on my camera, and hopefully this doesn't take like 9 hours to upload, because I did use a slightly better setting. Not 1080. I mean, my camera does 1080, but the internet connection here at the shop really sucks, and it is super duper slow to upload 1080. I mean, like 14-15 hours to do a 5-minute video, and I had one that was a 10-minute video, and it literally took 24 hours, and then it didn't even upload properly, because that much time my computer eventually had an update shut down and then killed the whole thing. It was like, god damn it. But yeah, those are the joys of doing what I do. All right, YouTube, take care. See you later.